it'll spin up a server, or a server will like spin up the function. It's been 9 years that I've been maintaining a trove of internet humor from the time 2015. And it hasn't really been updated since, so it's a weird little time capsule. I built the code for it, but my friend actually created all the content, collected all the GIFs and images that make it up. And my friend also happens to be anonymous. He's known simply as El Topo. After years of like staking out the domain, I finally secured the lolrandom domain, lolrandom.com. And now it's time to like put lolrandom in its rightful home. It's random. It's very risky. Every time I load this, I don't have no clue what's gonna come up. Maybe you'll understand why the creator is anonymous. It actually plays better with music. It's not the case that like anything will work. Probably the music should come from a similar place as lolrandom, like a kind of okay, like an irreverent, stupid, slightly immature, and overly ambitious type of place, like this one, Gunship. Okay, let's try. I don't know like how familiar you are with anime, but like if you just look at if you look at this, it looks very convincingly anime. 80s, 90s anime. But you can kind of tell it wasn't made by Japanese people. I think it's the face. The face is what gives it away. This is architected with Cloud Functions on Firebase. And that's where the performance issue comes from. It wouldn't be an issue if a bunch of people were using the site. But this is like a hidden gem, okay? You have to wait 10 seconds for it to start. That's simply unacceptable. I feel like I overcomplicated this. I had a bunch of logic related to like efficiently loading the content and preloading and stuff. I even created this state management tool. Not just for this project, but available on NPM. You could be the first person to try it. Yeah, but I honestly feel like I don't even want to use React for this. Because if you just think about like how simple this is. Like, why would you complicate this? This is so simple. And, you know, it's kind of absurd to have this massive reactive tool and like hundreds of kilobytes of libraries for this. You just show an image, just plop it on the screen. I should stop clicking this. Yeah, I'm gonna need the list, the full content of Lil Random now. So I'm gonna try to find that. I believe looking at the code, because I actually don't remember really so much. I found the function, and then it's coming from here. I think I can keep the images here. I just need a list. I need a list of them. I wonder if S3, if I can use S3 to build the index. So if I want a list of all the files, I'm going to need to run, I'm not going to be able to do that from the client. So I'll create a JSON file that has a list of all the Lil Random images and GIFs. Okay, I'm going to have to pick my language, and I'll use Node. Actually, can I use HTTP? Might even be better. There's definitely more than 1,000, so. Okay. There is a continuation token. I did not notice that. Continuation token, there it is. So that's how we page through them. I would say using a library for this, it's not that it's bad, but it would just simply be harder. Like, this is pretty clearly documented for me. I feel like I don't want to use a bunch of complicated libraries. I just want to use like HTTP, get the data. So there's gonna be a script that like refreshes the list. And I guess it's not going to change very often. If it does, then we need to rerun the script. So let's add that in. Okay. Ta-da. Because the script shouldn't be served with the rest of the site. It's confusing if they're in the same directory structure. Refresh image list. I'm gonna need node fetch. Okay. Had to memorize this, pain in the ass. V2 is for require. V3 is for import. And they're not compatible, so, or at least they're not currently compatible. Maybe soon they will be, but this and Node. I should also save. I think it's because my, I was trying to be clever. If I put that, is that enough? Maybe if I just delete it. Let me do that. I'll just delete it. Okay. I think also it's not a lowercase s, it's a uppercase s. Okay, it's fine, I got it. Oops. Image list. We don't. Hopefully that'll work. Let's just test that. Okay. Yay, it worked. I mean, did nothing, but it kind of worked. So now, in theory, we can start loading data. I think we need to make the bucket. We either need to get tokens for the bucket, which we can do, or we can make it public. Okay, so I have to figure out how to call this. Response. It's an XML. Can I get... I thought HTTP would be easier. Can I request JSON, please? No, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna have to find the documentation for this, because I don't 100% trust ChatGPT. I trust it well enough, but... Cool, so I'll leave it at this point for today. And then if you want to continue the excitement of building the next phase of Lol Random, then tune in soon. And I will say one thing, which is I'm building a hypergraph. A hypergraph is a data structure that contains nodes, which are like dots, and edges, which are like lines. And in the hypergraph, a line can connect any number of dots. And this data structure is flexible enough and expressive enough that it could be used to express almost anything. And my hope for the hypergraph is that it could be a replacement for HTML. So it could express 3D spaces. It could express programming languages. It could express images, games, all of these things. So if that interests you, I'm looking for someone to build this for me. If you're interested in collaborating, I feel like my only requirement is that film it with me. Make videos, post on social media, and talk to me in the comments. But generally, I just want to use this tool. Yeah, so cool. See you next time.